Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Happy birthday to you. Now y'all, I went back here. And the reason why I chose to come back right here, because the phone expert, I always come back here. You know, we always talk about that forensics, that phone person, the expert. Because she said some things that kind of threw me off. Now, was Jarvis trying to get caught? And the reason why I said was Jarvis trying to get caught, because his phone was in the back seat. Why is his phone back there, y'all? Look back there in the back seat and get my phone. Remember he said that? If the phone is in the back seat, what is going on with Jarvis? I'm just saying, y'all. We just got to stay bright, man. We got to stay light up, okay? Lit up. Okay? Now listen to this.
Butz's phone, the date his eye had disappeared, as well as the following 36 hours. A little after 4 p.m. on January 9th, 2024.
Okay. We're going to compile the timeline, okay, of his tracking butts at 4:09. Let's see if that 4:09 is going to take us to the auto zone, or is it going to take us to where Nazaria was, okay?
Butz's phone was tracked to his shop on Connor Street, according to the expert's analysis, between that time and a little before 7:30 p.m.
Okay. Now, on January the 29th, his phone tracked it to his shop or corner, okay? Y'all, I got to, from 6:30 to 7:23. And the reason why I got to be right here, because his sister said she left at 6:30. Okay? His sister said she left at 6:30. 6:30ish. But right here it said January the 9th, 2024. This is what his phone is telling them. This is what Butt's phone is saying.
The data shows his phone's location heading towards Ypsilanti, consistent with what one witness said yesterday when she...
Okay. This is important. Between that time and a little after 7:30, the data shows his phone location. So it should be out there where that girl house at. It should be going out there. Let's see.
Isaiah with Butts the day she went missing. Further analysis shows more activity from his cell phone.
Okay. They was out there in that area about 8:22 to 8:59. 4 calls between. Job is getting phone calls, okay? Job is the line is popping. Remember we talked about the T-Mobile phone? His time is popping. His phone is popping. 4 calls between 8:22 and 8:59. Who were those people? We said one was 15:20. Then he called, tried to call Shannon didn't answer. Then he called somebody else. They didn't really talk. Now, listen to this. This is very important because they out there taking their car back. They got to come back to the shop.
Near his shop once again. This time it's traced around 8:22 and 9 p.m. on January.
Okay. Still on the 9th. What is Naziah saying to Jarvis? What kind of conversation is King having with Jarvis? Cause he still got that baby out there at 8:22 to 8:59. Shannon haven't called his phone yet. That's weird. That's weird. He's receiving activity from his cell phone near his shop. My thing is this. Why aren't they budging Jarvis? You still ain't heard nothing from Naziah? Who is he talking to on the phone? Where is Jarvis' phone at? Seems like he's on the phone, right, y'all? At 8:22 to 8:59, he's on the phone. We got to find out when did the phone get in the back seat. That's what he told King. That's weird.
9th. The witness then testified to Butts' phone activity stemming from the area near the Park Crest Inn.
This is going to be very important on the 9th. 10:53. That's very late. His phone is at the hotel. 8:22 and 9 p.m. on January the 9th. We can testify that on that at 10:53. He at right here. He right here at Park Crest. Where is Naziah? Are we gonna say at 10:53 he with Naziah, or did he drop Naziah off coming from what y'all call that Easympton, wherever that Washington's name of that street. I don't know why that street's so hard to pronounce. Did he dropped her off coming back, y'all? Did he drop her off coming back from where that car is? What did he do? Because if 10:53, they got to see a girl with Naziah. No, they got to see Butts with Naziah. All right.
That's what two witnesses described yesterday as a place Butts would take other women to have sex. The report shows that these calls occurred after 10:35 p.m. on the day Naziah.
Now, that's where he take his girls. Now, this was puzzling me right here. Who is the girl that he is with at that hotel? Something is telling me that a lady is with him at that hotel. Because he goes to the hotel to do his thing, remember? That's where he take his women. So it's telling me that on the 9th, he was with a woman. But where is Naziah?
Disappeared. Another exhibit shows Butts' phone activity more than 24 hours later. This time they tracked activity.
Now, January the 10th. Jarvis ain't moving quick enough, y'all. He ain't moving quick enough. Because Naziah's body ain't responding like they wanted to respond, allegedly. Now, January the 10th, 2024, from 11 p.m. at 11 p.m. at 11:40. You know, we talked about that. And 11:59 p.m. He's right there. He at 7 Mile and Birch. Now, y'all, they had to see Nazaria go in that hotel. Wasn't Nazaria the one he had looking like a woman going in the hotel? That's something to think about. Who did he take to the hotel? Cause he take his women.
Between 11:40 p.m. on January 10th to 1:30 a.m. on the 11th near the area of 7 Mile and Berg Road. This is the same location crews searched for Nazaya's body.
Now, this is the weirdest part. This is weird. And the reason why I said this part is weird because Rotsy and 7 Marks, they went out here. Okay? They went out there. Then their boy, rapper, went out there. Yeah. How did they know to go to this destination? I got some issue. Who is that? Is somebody to me at that shop who pulled up all the way in? Was it a male or a female? Now, this time they tracked the activity between 11:40 p.m. on the 10th. See, something going on. 11:40 to 1:30 a.m. on the 10th. Okay, 11:40 p.m. on January the 10th to 1:30 a.m. on the 11th. Now, at 1:30 a.m. on the 11th. Jarvis is still up. Wonder what taking them so long to do what they gotta do. But who all know about this area with Jarvis? Was he trying to save Nazaya's life? Or did he have somebody else to do it and it messed up? Man, she foaming at the mouth, man. He's freaking out. From 11:40 is very important to us. Between 11:40, January the 10th. What was Jarvis doing at 8 o'clock that morning on January the 10th? 9 o'clock that morning. Because we at 11:40 p.m. on the 10th. She seemed like to me she's still alive.
They never found her, but they did find a jacket, pink onesie, and black.
Now, they out here with it's 7 miles and Birds Road. This is very important. Something is going on at this time right here. How did these people that knew Jarvis knew she was right here? How did they know? See, the weirdest thing is he's moving around, but whose car is he moving around in? What make him Wendy? See, the girlfriends got to tell the truth. The one in the truck and the one in the car. Because that's important how he got right here. That's important how her car got wrecked. That is important how this shoe got here. Why is she in the woods propped like this? They know about the other shoe, but they ain't showed us where the other shoe was. So y'all, the thing is, it's more than one person in this. Okay? And everybody, anytime you hear somebody say, I solved the case, you got to watch them. Because the case not solved. Because we got to find out how his phone why is his phone in the back seat of the truck?
Nike shoes that match what witnesses described her wearing when she went missing.
We were responding to a missing person.
What was your role in searching the 7 Mile and Burke area?
I was searching the riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank. I was on the east side of the bank in the 7 Mile and Burke area.
We then heard shocking testimony
Why?
from one of Naziah's cousins, who is younger than 10 years old.
This is crazy right here. We got to remember the east side. What happened on the east side? Y'all got to remember two things. King said, oh man, when he said he left his phone in the back seat of that car. The first thing came out of his mouth was, oh man, you left the phone back there? That means that the phone was beamed. And you got to also remember the glasses was in the blue car. They supposed to allegedly check that trunk. Did they thoroughly check the trunks of both vehicles? Because we got a phone, we have a cell phone in the trunk. Not in the trunk, I apologize. We have a cell phone I'm worrying about. How I got back there in the back seat. And then we got glasses in the other car. So if her glasses...
A warning, this information could be disturbing to some viewers. She alleges being in the room with another cousin while Butts took advantage and had sex with Naziah. Disturbingly, this wasn't the only time she alleges witnessing Butts coercing sex on her cousins. She even says he tried to make advances towards her at one point, but she was able to say no after recognizing what he was trying to do.
Now,
that's because she's seen him.
Jarvis Butts messed up. And the reason why I say he messed up, because to me, for her phone to be in, for his phone to be in that back seat, passenger, who had his phone? What was he doing? Comforting Naziah? How do he remember that he left his phone in the back seat? This is something to think about, y'all. Why is the glasses on the seat with the little boy in the other car? Which car was Naziah in, and why is her glasses off? Naziah left y'all clues. She left y'all the ID card on the ground. She knew something gonna happen to her, allegedly. She left the glasses in the car. She don't like them people who she was around. She don't know them people who she was around, allegedly. And Jarvis' phone. He wanted to make sure King get it. When Jarvis was on the phone, at the jail phone, talking to King, He knew they was tracking their phone. He know their phone was being recorded. He know whoever Jarvis kept calling is involved in this with him. All we know, he could have dropped her off on the other side of town.
Cell phone near his
Y'all, all I can tell y'all this. Whoever he's on the phone with at this time right here, he could have been on dropped her off and had somebody else working with him.
shop once again. This time it's traced around 8:22 and 9 p.m. on January 9th. The witness then testified to Butts' phone activity stemming from the area near the Park Crest Inn. That's what two witnesses described yesterday as a place Butts would take other women to have sex. The report shows that these calls occurred after 10:35 p.m. on the day Neziah disappeared. Another exhibit shows Butts' phone activity more than 24 hours later. This time they tracked activity between 11:40 p.m. on January 10th to 1:30 a.m. on the 11th near the area of 7 Mile and Berg Road. This is the same location crews searched for Neziah's body 1 year ago. They never found her, but they did find a jacket, pink onesie, and black Nike shoes that match what witnesses described her wearing when she went missing.
We were responding to a missing person.
What was your role in searching the 7 Mile and Berg area?
And y'all got to understand that the cops that day was responding to a missing person. They changed it from runaway to a missing person. She started out as a runaway. And then it ended up as a missing person.
The riverbank of the River Rouge. We were searching south along the bank, out on the east side of the bank, in the 7 Mile area.
What y'all
Then
think?
heard shocking testimony from one of Neziah's cousins, who is younger than 10 years old. A warning: this information could be disturbing to some viewers. She alleges being in the room with another cousin.
And the main thing I got to ask this question: where were all the adults when this was going on with Zion, the cousin, who is the youngest? Where were the grown women?
And while Butts took advantage and had sex with Neziah, disturbingly, this wasn't the only time she alleges witnessing Butts coercing sex on her cousins. She even says he tried to make advances towards her at one point, but she was able to say no after recognizing what he was trying to do.
Why didn't everybody else say no? Why didn't everybody else say no? 'Cause it looked like when they said no, he don't want to mess with them. Why didn't the other girl say no? I'm just saying. Why didn't he say no, Jarvis? No. But the cousin said no. Even though he tried.
That's because she's seen him act this way towards her cousins before, who are also Butts' nieces. One of Neziah's biggest advocates, and adult cousins, described seeing Butts in court after hearing these allegations. I don't have nice words, necessarily.
Rossi, I have questions for you too. I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming nobody. Everybody got their hand in this case. Because she and Marks D went out there and said they the first one to find the clothes. On the 9th, Jarvis was at the hotel with a woman, allegedly, at 10:53. Because this is the hotel where he takes his women. He wouldn't be going to the hotel if he didn't have no woman with him. I'm still trying to figure out, y'all,